Hello children, welcome back. Today we will continue with class 6 geography chapter 1 the earth in the solar system. In the previous class whatever we have read about, we will have a quick recap of the same. First and foremost, we have seen the full moon night. There is the night when there is full moon in the sky is known as full moon night or Purnima, and the new moon night when the moon completely disappears from the sky is new moon night or Amavasya. And then we have seen about stars, celestial bodies having their own heat and light are called stars. And then we have seen about celestial bodies, the sun, the moon and other objects which are shining in the night sky. They are all called the celestial bodies or the heavenly bodies. Then we have seen what is a constellation, that is the group of stars which form the fixed patterns, and many examples also we have seen like Ursa Major, then Leo, Taurus, Saptarishi, etc. And then we have seen about the pole star, the star which is also known as the North Star because it remains constant at one place, that is in north direction. And then we have seen about the solar system. Solar system comprises of the sun, 8 planets, satellites and other celestial bodies like meteoroids, asteroids, and they form the solar family, and sun is the head of the family. Till here we have already seen. Now we are moving ahead. We will see about each and every member of the solar system. The solar system is also considered as the solar family, and the sun is the head of the family. The sun is a star. It lies at the center of the solar system. It is a hot burning ball of gases which is made up of hydrogen and helium, and it is the primary source of heat and light for the entire solar system. And it also provides the pulling force that binds the solar system, the planets, the satellites and whatever the other objects which are lying in the solar system together. It acts as a mother figure. As you know, whenever we are going out with or visiting someone with our mother, so she is holding our hand all the time and pulling towards the direction where we have to move. So similarly here the sun is also work as a mother or the father figure which binds or the planets together. Otherwise what will happen, the planets they will wander, they will move from one place to another in any direction, and it leads to such much commotion. Life is possible on earth because of its accurate distance from the sun, that is earth is neither too far from the sun and nor too it is close to it. It is about 150 million kilometer away from the earth. The sun is about 150 kilometer away from the earth, and the sunlight reaches to the earth in about 8 minutes. So now we are coming to the planets. Earth, as we all know, it is a planet. The planet is a celestial body that revolves around the sun, that is a star. The word planet originates from the Greek word planetel, which means wanderer. That is the planet. They are moving from one place to another. They are moving in a fixed path, that is known as orbit. All the planets are spherical in shape. They are non-luminous. Non-luminous means that they do not produce light of their own. Instead, they reflect the light of the sun that falls on them. Now there are 8 planets in our solar system. Before it was considered that there were 9 planets. Pluto was one of them, but after August 2006 the International Astronomical Union, they have considered Pluto as the dwarf planet because of its non-existence position, because of its size. It is no more now considered as a planet. So there are 8 planets in our solar system. I hope you all know about them. You have read about this in the previous classes. So first and foremost is the Mercury, then Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. And there is a quick and or easy way to remember the sequence. They are arranged there according to the distance from the sun. So a quick way to remember is a sentence: my very elegant mother just served us nuts. My very elegant mother just served us nuts. So what we have to do, we have to remember the first letter of each word, which gives us the name of the planet in the sequence they are arranged in the solar system. Like M stands for Mercury, then V for Venus, E for Earth, M for Mars, J for Jupiter, S for Saturn, U for Uranus, and N for Neptune. So this is the way to remember the sequence of the planets in the solar system. And now the planets are still divided into two types. First one is the inner planet, and second one are the outer planets. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, they are considered as the inner planet, and Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, they are considered as the outer planet. And there is one asteroid belt between this inner and the outer planets. First this inner planets are arranged, and then asteroid belt is there, and then the outer planets are arranged. The distance from the planet divides the planet into inner planets and outer planets. The planets which are near to the sun, they are known as the inner planets, and those which are away from the sun are known as the outer planets. Now there are some differences between inner and the outer planets. Inner planets, they are made up of rocky material, maybe made up of rocks and the metal lumps, whereas the outer planets, they are mainly made up of gaseous matter. Jupiter is one of the biggest planet in the solar system, and because it is a huge ball of gas, it is made up of gaseous matter. And another difference between the inner and the outer planet is that inner planet does not contain rings, whereas the outer planets, they are having rings. As you all know, Saturn is already having ring, but the other planets like the Jupiter, Uranus and Neptune, they are also having rings, while the rings of the Neptune are not so visible, but of the other three of Jupiter, Saturn and Uranus, they are quite visible. And the fixed path on which the planet revolves around the sun is called orbit. So what is orbit? Orbit is the fixed path on which the planet revolves around the sun. So now we are coming to the place where we live, that is Earth. Earth is our planet. It is the third planet from the sun and largest among the inner planet. It is not a perfect sphere. The shape of the Earth is not a perfect sphere. It is geoid. Geoid means it is flattened from the poles. Geoid particularly specifies the shape of the Earth, and 2/3 of the Earth is covered with water. That's why the another name given to the Earth is the blue planet. And it is also a unique planet, that it is only the place where the life has been found till now. So many of the conditions are there which make the life possible in Earth. First and foremost, it is neither too cold nor too hot. Then the adequate availability of the liquid water is there. Then the presence of atmosphere that protects us from the harmful ultraviolet radiations from the sun, and gases like oxygen which help us to breathe. So these are the conditions which make Earth as a unique planet. So I hope you understand till here. Now I am giving you some questions. Please note it down and try to do it by yourselves. So first one, how does a planet differ from a star? Again I am repeating, how does a planet differ from a star? Second one, name all the planets according to their distance from the sun. Name all the planets according to their distance from the sun. Third one, why is the Earth called a unique planet? Why is the Earth called a unique planet? So try to find the answers of the same. Thank you and have a nice day.